Hello, hello, hello. JLR investigates. That's Canada right there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That's Canada. I am on the U.S. Canadian border, upstate New York, Champlain, Champlain, and this is Meridan Road, and it's a road uh, that starts out in Champlain, about a mile or two down the road, comes all the way up to a dead end, and the dead end right here is the Canadian border. There's a Canadian law enforcement officer that's just perched right there. How's the reception out here? It's very it's hard to kind of get on. Hopefully it's okay. How's the reception? Let's do a reception check. If someone could give me a reception check, and then we'll talk and discuss. Um, but yeah, this is I've never seen anything like this. It's good. Thank you. I've never seen anything like this, folks. So basically, is what separates the United States and Canada is a fence. There is the United States marker there. That's Canada. Reception's good. I'm shocked by that. And a lot of things I noticed up here. A lot of things I noticed up here. And I was over at Roxham Road, which is the port of entry is right over there. There's a big port of entry there, the Interstate 87, I believe, and then to the left of that, there is a road that does similar. It comes to an end right there, and it meets Canada. And I was there today, earlier, and there was all types of travel documents and IDs scattered all across the ground on the U.S. side. Mexican identifications, Brazil, Ecuador, different countries' identifications that were scattered all over the place. Now, over there on that side, that's known as a spot where people cross in. It's also a place where Americans going over to Canada to seek asylum, they cross there too. But here I haven't seen any evidence, which would be like water bottles, clothes, documentation, shredded papers, or anything like that. I haven't seen any here at this location, but we are covering the northern border because this is what's called the Swanton sector. The Swanton sector. And the Swanton sector is starting to get a little bit of buzz in the news. A lot of people are reporting illegal crossings that come in from Canada into the United States. Not as much as the southern border, but the northern border, needs to also be talked about. I particularly talked to some homeowners that live on the border a little bit to the east in Vermont, and I'm headed over to Vermont to see what that's like over there. But two homeowners have told me that they see people crossing in from Canada and going through their fields regularly, almost daily. Small groups of here and there. What's happening, folks? Is people from Mexico or other countries are going to Mexico, and Mexico taking a flight up to Montreal, because Montreal's just to the north. Montreal's about a half hour to the north of here, and then they're making their trek down to the U.S. border and crossing in on this side of the U.S. border. We hear, and we've been seeing, and we've been covering on JLR Investigates the border, the southern border, but the northern border is not really being talked about, and people are coming in, and it's just wide open. I could hop this fence right now, and I'm in Canada. That is Canada. That's Canada right there. Spin it around. That is Canada. So pretty much anyone could just hop on over. Hop on over into Canada. And there's some sort of law enforcement there tucked in the cut. I think it's like a Canadian Mountie. I see at the top of the light there a security cams, 50 mile an hour, but this is Canada. And what I'm seeing at these roads that come to an end is these little markers, these white pointed markers. That says United States. and Canada. But look, here it is. So this is, you know, once on this particular road, this is Meridan Road. So if you Google right now Meridan Road in Champlain, you'll see that it basically, Champlain is about a mile down the road there. It takes you right into this little town. It's actually quite beautiful. But there it is. And these roads connect. These roads basically connect. So you take Meridian, you're right here, and boom. Welcome to Canada. Welcome to Canada, right here. We're in Canada. Now, I'm not going to hop the fence, but we'll go along the fence and kind of show you. We'll straddle the border here. No trash, though. Oh, wait, we got some papers. What's this? What's this? Let's see what we got. What do we got? Nope, hardware. I'm seeing if anybody, papers, documentation, or anything like that. Separated by just a fence. Somebody said in the chat, Miss Kirby said they're called Border Services Officer, BSO. So Border Services Officer. And then, you know, this, either way, west to east. This is west to east. West to east. But I wanted to just to share and jump on, and I'll make a more clearer video, but just to show you how vulnerable this northern border is. Same thing goes with the southern border. The same thing goes with the northern border. And anyone could just hop right on over. Hop right on over. Let me go down here a minute and just show you, because once you come in on Meridian, at the end here, it looks like this was like an old service station or something. Someone's house and farmland. But they're coming through on the northern border too, folks. I think it's more north of Swanton, Vermont, which is like a little bit to the east of here. That's where I'm heading to next. I'm going to go over to Vermont. I'm going to do some New Hampshire, and I am going to go to Maine. So I want to give you guys a perspective. Today I was at one of the roads over there to the west of Champlain, and a helicopter, a border patrol helicopter, saw me parked right at the border right there, and there's no fence. And then they circled around me, and I was like waving, and I was showing my media and waving. So then they left. They're definitely patrolling. I don't see border patrol up here on the U.S. side. Somebody in the chat, Miss Kirby, said those people are BSOs. So you got that. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, it looks like an old gas station or something. Like at one point, this could have been the port of entry. This could have been the port of entry before the official port of entry, because the port of entry on Interstate 87 is right over there, or the interstate is that 87 over there. So Yeah, and another thing too is somebody, Rick Mavic says, I believe there's a store up there that way where one side of the store is in the United States and the other would be Canada. Not sure anywhere near. That's an interesting. That's interesting. Good that you said that, Rick. Because actually in Maine there is a town that actually straddles the border, and there's actually a store where you can go in, and half the stores in Canada and half, I think it's a bookstore, I believe, or something like that. We're gonna go check that out in the next couple days, so I'll find out exactly. I don't know it offhand, but it's somewhere in Maine. But one thing I have noticed, on these roads, these rural roads that actually take you right to the border, the rural roads, there's some houses to the west of Champlain on some of these roads, and the houses actually straddle the border. And I saw a couple that I believe were kind of like on both sides of the border. So I'm gonna, I'll share the videos on that. But yeah, this home here, look at this home. This home here is right on the border. Right on the border with Canada. So haven't seen anybody. I only went out here. I don't even think local police. I don't even know. I think this is Clinton Township, New York. Clinton Township, New York. All right, so I'm jumping on. Check out my videos, but I'm going to be doing some border coverage for the next couple days. The northern border, so I'll periodically come in and out and show you different locations in different areas. Let me just, I don't know if it's pixelated or what. Hopefully the reception's pretty good. But this is what you got here at the border. This is what you got. Walk right in. Now, I doubt, if you walk right into Canada here, you're going to get apprehended right there by authorities. But it's just one person in one truck. It's cold out here, too, today. It's just about 40 degrees. No snow on the ground. So, maybe one day there'll be a wall here, too. Maybe one day there'll be a big giant wall on the northern side too. I'm JLR Investigates, out in the field. We'll talk soon. We'll talk to you in a bit. You guys have a good day. JLR at the border with Canada this time. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.